It started with a single post in 2016. You're scrolling, half asleep, and a headline stops you. The stars have shifted. Your dates have moved. The cutoff that used to make you a Scorpio now makes you something you can't even pronounce. Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer. For 2 weeks every winter, the sun passes through this 13th sign. You might not believe the stars run your life, but when that news broke, your stomach dropped. It felt like someone reached in and took a piece of you, a label you didn't even realize you relied on. The panic was never about astronomy. It reveals how tightly we've tied these labels to our sense of self, using them to explain our moods and find our people. NASA didn't rewrite your chart or fire your sign. They simply posted a bit of trivia about a known astronomical drift. The ancient Babylonians knew about this 13 constellation path 3,000 years ago. They didn't miss Ophiuchus. They chose to leave it out. They wanted a tidy calendar of 12, one neat slice for each month. The whole scandal was just a footnote about old math. So why did a bit of ancient trivia send grown adults into a spiral? If the math was debunked centuries ago, why did it feel like someone was calling us by the wrong names? In 2024, researchers surveyed 469 young adults to measure how personality labels fuse with our identity. They found a correlation of 0.75, one of the strongest links social science ever sees. Asking, "What's your sign?" is not an inquiry about the stars. It's a handshake, a social shortcut to ask, "Are you my kind of person? Can I find myself in you?" Psychologists call the work we do to curate our public persona impression management. It's the unconscious labor of making sure the world reads us the way we want to be read. We use our signs as a costume. It's a signal we send so the right people lean in and the wrong ones scroll past. Taking away someone's sign does more than correct a fact. It's snatching a costume off their back in the middle of a party. You aren't just losing a label, you're losing a face you chose to show. When that news broke, your brain registered an identity threat. Researchers found that because the body doesn't distinguish between a threat to your reputation and a threat to your internal story, it triggers the same alarm and physical tightening used to ward off a physical attack. This reaction makes us dig in. A classic 1980 study showed that even when people are told their beliefs are based on fake evidence, they keep believing. The mind builds a house around the belief and refuses to tear it down. Holding two contradictory ideas, like "I'm a water sign" and "this is all made up," creates an uncomfortable friction called cognitive dissonance. To stop the friction, the mind discredits the messenger. We tell ourselves NASA doesn't understand astrology, or that the system was never based on constellations. The goal isn't to find the truth, it's to protect the self. Stubbornly defending your sign against data isn't a character flaw, it's a deeply human survival mechanism for protecting who you are. Here is the twist. In 2020, scientists checked if zodiac signs actually predict personality or job performance. They found no link, none. Mathematically, the signs don't forecast who you are at all. The irony is sharp. Millions of people were fiercely defending an identity that, scientifically speaking, was a fiction. But that study found something else. When people learn traits assigned to their sign, they start to live them. This is self-stereotyping. You learn the script and, without noticing, perform it. A label you wear long enough becomes a shape you fit. The stars don't dictate who we are. But the stories we choose to believe about ourselves have the power to reshape our reality. We grab the stars tightest when the ground feels least steady, during breakups, layoffs, or long stretches of uncertainty. In the dark, astrology provides a story. It gives a shape to the mess, suggesting that the chaos might mean something. We use the zodiac as a mirror to recognize our own faces in the middle of a crowd. The Ophiuchus panic points to something useful. If a 13th sign can't actually steal yourself, then you are always bigger than the chart and freer than the box. The cosmos didn't write you, you did. Your identity is a running story that you author and revise and tell again every single day.